Salwan racing towards the first of the 8 flights. Balat well up there, Hashar well up there also, and Dancing Paddy right up with the lead too as they jump the first. And Dancing Paddy has gone into a clear lead now. Dancing Paddy from Farley's Story, then towards the near side is Hashar just in behind the lead. Green's Van Goren over on the far side. Duhara's quite up there with the early pace too, but it's Dancing Paddy from Farley's Story. The Blue Boy has now moved into third. Hashar comes next, then over on the far side Salwan with Novello Allegro as they come to the next. Dancing Paddy, Farley's Story, Blue Boy. On the near side, Duhara. On the far side, Salwan. Between horses, Hashar. Just behind them, Balat. And on the near side, then Quality Sound, Novello Allegro, and Duke of Monmouth not far off the pace. Looking back to the rear division, I see Radar Knight, Roman Forum, and also currently in rear is Master Food Broker. But a furious gallop it is, with Dancing Paddy making it from Farley's Story. Then comes Hashar, the Blue Boy on the outside. Salwan on the inner. Duhara's right up there with them too. Balat comes next as they jump the third. And all safely over that third, and still Dancing Paddy the leader from Farley's Story. Duhara, then Hashar, then Salwan on the inside. Duke of Monmouth over the far side, making good progress. They jump the fourth then and coming to the next. Number 5, and Dancing Paddy the leader from Farley's Story towards the outside. Duhara is in third. Slight mistake there by Salwan. Hashar holding his place on the inner. Duke of Monmouth getting closer all the time. Crowded House is not far behind the lead too. But Dancing Paddy is still the leader, with 3 left to jump in the Daily Express Triumph Hurdle. Second is Farley's Story. Third is Duhara. 4 is Duke of Monmouth. 5 then is Hashar. Then comes Salwan. Then on the far side, Crowded House. Another mistake by Salwan there, racing to the top of the hill. Duhara is going on now into the lead. Duhara from Dancing Paddy. Duke of Monmouth still improving towards the outside. And Mubin making ground also, racing downhill. And Canny Chronicle has in fact gone on. It's Canny Chronicle who's taken it up now from Duke of Monmouth on the inside. Farley's Story, then Crowded House still improving. Racing downhill now. Canny Chronicle the lead up from Duke of Monmouth in second. Crowded House and A-Back come next. B-Bob on the outside. Snowy Lane's getting into the picture. Gamara also. Canny Chronicle being pressed now by Duke of Monmouth. Then comes A-Back on the inside. On the far side is Crowded House. But the 2 leaders with a commanding advantage over the remainder at the moment. And Duke of Monmouth has come to take it up. Duke of Monmouth from Canny Chronicle and Crowded House as they come down to the final flight. Duke of Monmouth is clear over the final flight from Canny Chronicle and Crowded House, racing into the closing stages, and Duke of Monmouth a long way clear. Crowded House moving into second, Canny Chronicle next. Then comes Al Mutam, but Duke of Monmouth has it sewn up as they come to the line. Duke of Monmouth, he's tiring but slowing, but he's won it. And second is Crowded House. Third is Al Mutam. And it's very close for fourth between Canny Chronicle, Mick O'Toole's Head of Chambers, and not far behind them, Gamara too. And so the result, first, number 8, Duke of Monmouth, owned by Mr. Ali Saeed, trained by Simon Sherwood and ridden by Mark Richards. Second was number 5, Crowded House, owned by the Armand Syndicate, trained by Barry Kelly and ridden by Richard Dunwoody. And third was number 2, Al Mutam, owned by Mr. Wally Sturt, trained by Jim Old and ridden by Carl Llewellyn. And a photo for fourth place, and a very close photo at that.
Quite incredible when you think what a gallop they went, and yet here, as they came off the last bend, you can see Mark Richards on this first-time blinkered horse, Duke of Monmouth. He's by Secreto, the Derby winner. Remember, he won by a short head. David O'Brien trained him to beat El Gran Senor in that amazing Derby. Well, here he is, his son, winning the Triumph Hurdle. But the blinkers have made a big difference to this fellow. He's always had a bit of ability, just blotted his copybook on one occasion. But how nice for Simon Sherwood and Mark Richards, of course, to come here. Simon's for a winner. Simon's brother Oliver's already kicked off the meeting, and now both brothers in it. Just watch as he sees a good stride at the last and jumps how a hurdler ought to jump. In behind, you can see Canny Chronicle, one of Mark Tompkins' two runners, just starting to wander around a little bit as Crowded House and Richard Dunwoody start to challenge on his outside. But way up ahead, even though this little colt starts to tie up as he meets the hill, he has got so much of a leeway here that it's going to be take a miracle for anyone to get to him. Now, what an agonizing few last strides for Mark Richards. The horse is coming back. He'd given his all. He won the race coming off the last bend, but he knows now nobody is going to get to him.